Well, hi, it's Ken again. I haven't done anything for a few weeks. I made any videos because someone hacked me, and I found that my identification for my YouTube site was now being taken over and shared or taken over by a Thai restaurant in Pittsburgh on Forbes Avenue on the second floor. And I mean, it was obviously someone did it on purpose, and there's no money involved, so I don't know, why. It has been malicious. But anyway, you haven't seen me because of that. Today's date is September 22nd, Monday, 2025. And let's see, I am recording. Am I recording? Where's the? Oh, yeah. Okay. This is about Apophis. We're less than a month away. Apophis is supposed to hit. I won't give you the full scenario. Maybe Tom Horn's going to be interviewed by this man. Tom Horn's passed last year. One of the smartest men I've ever known. Tom passed a heart attack. Great man. Good, very intelligent. Dr. Tom Horn. And when he was, I think his age was 68 rather. But let's just get into Apophis. It's coming. If his scenario is that NASA said there is an asteroid coming that they call Apophis. It's the size of the Rose Bowl, not just the football field, the whole Rose Bowl. Okay, roughly. If you sit it on, and it's taller than the Empire State Building. And it's fat. It's it's shaped like a potato. I made a lot of these in my other videos, and if you look up my name, I can no longer get to them, edit them, or anything else, but they do exist. And hopefully this will be my last thing. But let's bring you up to date quickly, because YouTube has just arbitrarily, I believe, has decided that I can't make and try to publish videos longer than 15 minutes. So this video I'm going to show you is 16 and a half minutes long. And so we're going to start late in it because I'm taking up time here. Again, Tom Horn will be interviewed. Dr. Tom Horn, his theory carries a lot of merit. A lot of pieces of a puzzle that fit perfectly together. It should not be ignored. Why? Because NASA says this thing's either going to hit or miss Earth right off the California coast, 100 miles in the Pacific Ocean, Southern California coast, April 13th, 2029. Tom says he thinks, and some other good scholars say that he believes that Apophis is really wormwood that's mentioned in Revelation chapter 8. Now, in the Bible, Revelation chapter 8, it says the damage it'll do. It doesn't give a date, but it tells you the damage. And it's extremely extensive. It's going to kill a third of mankind. And it's going to pollute a third of the world's clean water. Well, if it's going to hit at the very southern tip of California in the Pacific, it's going to take care of the North and South American continents, which happen to be, as a piece of the puzzle fitting together, a third of the world's ground, okay, Earth. And that's what the Bible says it'll harm that much. So let's just go to it, and because I'm going to have to practice and do better with my timing, let's get him started. Hello.
It says, and I looked when he opened the sixth seal, and behold, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became like blood, and the stars of heaven fell to...
Revelation chapter 6, verses 12 through 17. If you want to read Revelation and get into the nitty-gritty, start at chapter 6. Okay, 6? You can remember 6. And you'll hear about a wormwood, probably a.k.a. Apophis.
Earth, as a fig tree drops its late figs when it is shaken by a mighty wind. Then the sky receded as a scroll when it is rolled up, and every mountain and island was moved out of its place. And the kings of the earth, the rich men, the mighty men, the commanders, every slave and every free man, hid themselves in the caves and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us and hide us from the face of him who sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath has come, and who is able to stand?
Okay, now we all know, if you're any kind of a awakened person about this government, you know this government has invested trillions of dollars in underground facilities for safety. They've got cities underground. One of them comes up for air at the new Denver airport. And, they actually have malls and underground for people to stay there for quite a while. It's completely stocked can't put everybody there, but all the favorites are going to be there. All the devilish people, all, certain, people with money, and people that serve Satan will be invited in, and they'll certainly go. But there's even movie theaters there. They're ready. And so we have this, they say, to the mountains fall on us up here, for the face of him on the throne, keep us, okay. He's saying to the mountains fall on us. This is Revelation 6:12, and a little bit on, let's get a little further back. The rocks, and I'm going down here, in the rocks of the mountains. That means, I interpret that myself as being in these tunnels, huge tunnels. Get two semis in next to each other. So we're talking at least a wide 2-lane highway going in, maybe a 4-lane. And it's there, it's stocked, it's ready, and ask yourself for what? Well, they're not telling us. And I was watching a movie a while back, and I think it was 2012, but I think it's been eliminated at the very beginning when 2012 came out in the theaters. In the year 2011, as you were seeing the initial credits and opening of the movie, it asked a question on the screen. What would you tell the world if you knew it was going to end soon? And they answer it, they say, nothing. Which means it would be crazy to tell us what's going to happen. There'd be panic. There will be panic. But you're going to start it sooner rather than later. And I hate to agree with them, but it's probably better in many ways, to tell us at the last moment, because none of us can hide from it. This thing hits off the coast of California, where America's gone. It is gone. And so let's get into this. And
every slave and every free man hid themselves in the caves and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us and hide us from the face. In Revelation chapter 8, the seals are over. The first 4 trumpets, all the saints upon the golden altar, which was before then everything begins.
I'm jumping ahead.
A third of the waters became wormwood, and many men died from the water because it was bitter. Now you notice that this is affecting a third of the earth. That's a massive amount of geography.
Again, a third of the earth happens to be the combination of the North and South American continents. Look at a map. The center of the North and South American continents is basically where California meets Mexico. That's just where they say it's not going to hit, or it will hit if it hits.
That this is
in the ocean. You can have tsunamis. You can have Yellowstone going off. You could go back in some of my older stuff. I'm going to repopulate this site, but I can't show you. I got to limit everything to 15 minutes. That's all they're giving me.
Both in the sea and on the land, and it's making the waters poisoned, so that people die when they drink the waters. And now, later in Revelation 16, all sea life dies, and all of the waters of the earth are either poisoned or become blood. So the judgment upon the waters is one of the great judgments. Now, but what you'll notice now, in the trumpet judgments and also or the seal judgments and the trumpet judgments, is it's partial. It's a fourth, it's a third, it's partial. When you get to the bowl judgments later on in the book of Revelation, it's total. Everyone's affected by those judgments. And so this is...
All right, well, I can see that for some reason, I must have come up with a different video. The one I thought I had brought up was interviewing Tom Horn, who is I call him the author of this theory. Again, it's a rather complicated theory. It only doesn't take great intellect. It takes a bit of attention, a little bit of your time, which nobody can afford anymore, and nobody wants to afford it. So I'm going to wrap this up, and we're going to keep this to 10 minutes 31. Yeah. And see, he has in front of him Tom Horn's book right there, okay? And here it is backwards, because, oh, where am I at here? Okay, let's get this. There we go. It's called The Messenger by Thomas Horn, backwards, of course. And it's right here on his table. So let's, in keeping with the 15-minute limitations, I'm now at a little over 11 minutes. Let's just wrap this up. Come to Christ. You're not going to escape this. I don't care if you're in New York, you're going to get tsunamis that go around the world from this impact, and it's going to take out New York, New Jersey, and everybody on the East Coast as well. If you live in the Hawaiian Islands, you're swamped. You won't find ground high enough to survive. It will wash Hawaiian Islands away. It will probably wash a great deal of Japan away. Japan, of course, is an island. And some of Korea, that's a peninsula. And you can just kiss Florida goodbye to. Florida is not going to make it. Come to Christ, ask him to save you, believe he will, because he died for you. And you will be saved eternally, and it will be all over. Done. Contact me anytime. I'll answer any questions you want. All right, this is the end.